All right, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great, Married to Medicine Season 8 Part 2 review. For those of you who have not checked down my list for videos, for those of you watching the old ass videos, please catch some of the new ones. I just did Real Housewives of Potomac Season 6 Episode 1 review. Go check that one out. It's yesterday's premiere. I did the review for that. And I will be doing Love and Hip Hop tonight, hopefully if I have energy, or tomorrow morning, okay? So look out for that as well. I did make a few announcements since I've been back. Don't mind my hair because I've been back. I'm tired. I'm having, I told you I'm having physical problems, so I might not look my best. I've not been feeling well. I'm going to tell you what the issue is later on down the line once I get a full diagnosis. But right now, I'm not doing too well. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to keep my energy up. But I still want to do the reviews because I know that I miss y'all. Okay? So let me know what y'all think. I also talked about doing an OnlyFans page called You Too Can Eat, where it's just the recipes, videos of what of the things I cook, because y'all know I can go ahead and I can burn, okay? So the foods I make, for those of you who are interested in learning, I'm considering starting one, and I want to know how many people are interested in before I start this damn page and start, sitting up here for 2 hours slaving over a hot stove. So let me know what y'all think in the comments below about that. And if you're interested, I can go ahead and start working on getting that started up. So we get over here and we start off with part 2 reunion from where it left off in part 1, where we're talking about Contessa filing for separation and Scott acting dumbass like aloof, like he don't know why Contessa is filing a separation. Scott is full of shit. He's the type of man that you just want to hit over the head with a frying pan. For real. I'm not even being funny. Now, Scott is ruthless, because he's sitting up there and he's hearing his wife crying. The woman he's been married, has kids with, saying that she is not trying to file a separation because she just wants to do something to get his attention, for her to know that she is not happy with the circumstances of their marriage. Instead of this man trying to think, you know what? I think I pushed her to the brink. I think I've pushed her to the point where while we're on the verge of divorce, let me figure out how to work it out, bitch. Let me take my ass to counseling like she's been begging me to since last season. Instead, he's like, I'm gonna leave. Scott does not understand compassion. And I think he's very selfish, okay? And he lies too damn much. And Curtis is the only one in that little group that made some sense and telling him, yo, you need to shut the fuck up, basically, and just listen to what your wife is trying to say to you, because you're the one that's in the wrong. She's telling you everything, trying to have you go to a professional. Your ass don't want to do it, but you want to stay up here talking about you been like it's a sneak attack. Bitch, you knew. Then Scott's ass starts complaining about Contessa talking to Quad about their problems, but you're not the type of person that presents yourself or makes yourself available for somebody to communicate with you. Contessa tries to talk to him. He walks away from her. He makes her feel like something is wrong with her. He makes her think that he doesn't understand what she's saying. He'll walk away from her. She's over there crying. If he's not listening to her, his ass is yelling at her for venting to somebody else when his ears is not available. What the fuck do you want this girl to do, bruh? Then we get to the point where Scott decides that all the guys decide that he's gonna go on stage and he's gonna go there and try to discuss with her, because now they're seeing how bad things are. Instead, this motherfucker goes up there and tries to gaslight her. He starts off by saying, are we doing this? I thought we discussed this. What we doing? Then Andy asked him, didn't you know that she was filing for separation? He said, yeah, I knew. I got the papers. They asked him, well, how long did it take for her to did you know that she filed? He said about a month ago. Contessa says about 6 months ago. So that means that she filed it 6 months ago, but your ass is out there still going on family outings with her, but you're not listening to what she's saying. It's like Scott don't think that Contessa's gonna leave him no matter what he does. This man doesn't understand the depth. It's almost like Greg. They don't know how to take responsibility for the things that they do. And then when they finally lose the person, they want to sit there crying tears like, oh, please come back to me. I didn't know your ass would ever leave me. Do you think that you're that much of a catch? Explain, because Contessa's ass is fine. She fine. Now, I understand that Contessa sometimes says one thing and does another because she's trying to convince herself that whatever is happening is making her happy, but she ain't happy. She not. So here we are, we're talking and she's crying. Everybody's listening to her. Now Scott's in the hot seat. Toya asks him, are you being faithful in your marriage? He says yes, but then his ass is accepting naked photos on his DMs. And he's answering those naked photos like, damn, that's a form of cheating. Because I asked my husband, I said, baby, do you think that taking naked photos from people on your DMs is a form of cheating? Especially when you're responding, he goes, yes, and that was the right ass answer. Otherwise, we would have been arguing like Contessa and Scott. Then we had Everybody at her, Contessa asked Scott, what is the one thing in life I've always asked for? Because Simone said, Scott, can you make one sacrifice for your marriage that she's been asking you to? And Scott says, I don't know. You've been telling me to be consistent. His ass still don't hear the word counseling. He does not want to go to counseling because he feels like there are things they're going to tell him about himself, and he feels like he's perfect. There's nothing wrong with him. He's doing everything that in his mind he's convinced are the right things to do. He doesn't want to listen to somebody else say, hey, yo, maybe you feel like this is the right thing to do for you, but that's not the right thing for her. Hear her and the changes that she wants to. You may be cooking, you may be cleaning, but perhaps maybe that's not what she wants from you. She may want you to talk to, she may want you to hold her, she may want you to be her confidant. He doesn't want to be told any damn thing because he's always right. He's always right. So everybody else on the damn panel got the idea that she wanted counseling. His ass don't even know. So she asked him, how is it that they know what I want? They're listening to me, but your ass ain't hearing shit I'm saying. He's going in one ear and coming out the other. He's sitting up there looking stupid. Then they bring up the girlfriend situation about why the daughter thought that he called the phone asked, he said, call girlfriend, call mom or whatever, and some girlfriend. It almost made it seem like he had another girl on the phone that he was talking to. And I'm sitting up there like, what the hell kind of nonsense is this? Then we now get into the situation to where they're talking about not only that, but him, what was it? He said something like, if he's not asking people to send naked photos back, if he's not asking them to come and see them or meet them, then he's not cheating. Contessa says, well, social media is not the problem. Social media is part of the problem because that means that he has a different interpretation of what a marriage is supposed to look like in your head. Scott doesn't think that that's wrong, but you know that that's wrong. So is basically the marriage perspective of Scott is based on what he thinks is appropriate and what he thinks is not appropriate. You understand what I'm saying? If one person thinks that a marriage is supposed to be this way and the other person thinks that marriage is supposed to be this way. Contessa says our marriage is toxic. When we fight, we go below the belt. You say things to hurt me, and that builds resentment because those scars don't heal. When you argue with your spouse, okay, you're supposed to still remember that this person is your spouse and you love them. So you don't want to say or do anything that will be irreversible. So when you talk to them in anger, you still have to do it in love. Scott doesn't do that. They both go back and forth like the person is each other's enemy. And later on, they have to now kiss and make up, but they don't actually talk about the real issues behind why they talk to each other that way. And she has kids. They're going to be sitting up there watching her grow up like this. So it's compounding the issues that's happening in their marriage for a number of years. And it seems like Contessa is now fed up because she's not happy. It makes sense to me now why Contessa was grasping at all these different career paths, because she was considering that if they broke up, how is she going to be able to support herself with the kids and live the life that she wants to live? She needs to make more money. Now that shit makes so much sense now why she didn't leave her family and try to get her degree real quick or her whatever that she wanted to do to get far ahead, because she's considering if they break up what she's going to need to do. I didn't realize that at first. I was like, Contessa, that's selfish. You can't leave your husband and go and the kids and go and chase your dream. But at the end of the day, she might end up doing that anyway because it don't seem like this man want to try. Then we have Contessa after the break, because now Scott's feeling like everybody's attacking his ass because he's always the victim. And Jackie and the girls are talking to her in the room, and she's saying that she has 3 kids. The stakes are so high that she knows she don't matter. I said, Contessa, girl, bye. You do matter in a marriage. Marriage does not mean that you stay in a relationship for the sake of your kids. The children are going to feel when there's tension in the home. The children are going to feel when mommy's not happy. The children are going to all eventually see that you're just in that marriage for settling. I don't think that Contessa still loves Scott. I don't think that she still loves him, because I think that she's tolerating him and trying to find a way to find some happiness in a situation that she feels like she has to settle in, because the kids clearly love their father. And she wanted to stay up, she wanted them to grow up in a happy home with 2 parents in the household. But girl, you can't be the only one trying. Scott don't seem like he gives a damn. Okay, he don't care. And then we find out that that life coach that he says he has was a bull-faced lie. I mean, come on now. It's just too much. Now, they get to Simone and Jackie's failing friendship, and I look at the situation and I'm like, Heavenly being so close to Jackie is the problem why Simone is not able to fix her friendship with Jackie. Let me tell you why. Simone was very close with Heavenly. at a certain point. She was very close with Heavenly. She was very open with Heavenly. When her and Cecil were going through problems, she confided in Heavenly. She told Heavenly all her problems. She looked at Heavenly as a relationship advisor, and she didn't go to Jackie as much. She talked to Heavenly almost damn near as much as she was talking to Jackie at that time, but about her relationship issues. When they were online and Cecil and Heavenly were going at it, Heavenly could take digs at Cecil, but she didn't have to use personal conversations that her friend Simone told her in private to now attack her husband, because that meant that Simone now had to go home and face Cecil, and Cecil probably saying some shit like, you out there telling that bitch my business, and she over there announcing that shit on social media, embarrassing me. You supposed to be my wife, you supposed to have my back. What the fuck are you doing talking to this hoe? So that would have been something that Simone would have gone home and had to face as a repercussion. Now, if I'm having a conversation with you as a friend, you're supposed to not put my marriage in a position to where I have to go home and defend myself, because I have to trust that if I tell you something, it's in a fucking vote. When that happened, if y'all remember, Heavenly fought Simone and said that she had every right to say what she said because Cecil came at her on social media. Did I feel like Heavenly shouldn't have defended herself against Cecil? No. It would have been better if Heavenly told Dr. Damon what was going on and had Dr. Damon handle that shit as a man. However, Heavenly said stuff that was digging, but she said things that Simone had told her herself as a way to get back at him, and she did not consider the repercussions of what that would do. In Simone's mind, she can never trust Heavenly with anything because Heavenly has broken her trust. Now, how the hell is Jackie gonna go and form a friendship with Heavenly and be so close to her, knowing what Heavenly did, and then not fix her mouth to say that her relationship with Heavenly is on the same caliber as her relationship with Cecil when your ass was out there delivering my baby? That is disrespectful. I feel like Jackie's conniving ass did not intend to get close to Heavenly in the first place. I think that she befriended Heavenly because she wanted to get Simone back, because Simone called her out on her bullshit when she was treating Buffy like trash. As time went by, Jackie learned to like Heavenly, and now she's now established a very, very genuine relationship with Heavenly. And Simone is having a problem with that, because why are you so close to somebody that did me wrong? Because what's to say that Simone is not going to confide in Jackie about something, and because Jackie's now close to Heavenly, Jackie might take her personal business and then share it with Heavenly, and Heavenly has been known to air out somebody's personal business. There's a lack of trust there. Now, Quad, who was the second host in this, because Quad doesn't really have a storyline, she doesn't really have anything important in this series. She's not married to medicine like Mariah said. I don't know how the hell they kicked out Mariah and left Quad's ass in there. Quad gives me life, yes, but I didn't see her purpose or her relevancy in this season. I really didn't. So Quad had to insert herself in every damn thing and try to host this damn show to make herself relevant. So she pipes in. What she's saying is not incorrect, but hell, she pipes in like she's Andy II, and she says, tell the entire truth, because the interview she did made it seem like Simone and Jackie only made up for TV. And she says, I'm not taking it back. Tell the entire truth, because you guys don't talk as much. You guys don't hang out the way you used to. And I know that because you talk to me and you don't hang out or talk the way that you used to. So it's your fault. Tell everybody the truth why you don't want to be friends with her. And then Jackie brings up the whole Buffy topic, saying that she was very hurt because Simone did not go and tell Buffy that that was not the right time or the moment for Buffy to tell her that she hurt her feelings, bitch. I don't understand Jackie's high mighty, behavior. I used to be on Jackie's side. I used to respect her a lot, if y'all watch my previous reviews. But when this Buffy situation happened, I saw a side of her that I did not appreciate and I did not respect. You cannot fix your mouth to tell somebody that you embarrassed to that magnitude by announcing to an entire room of strangers about her personal business, about her inability to produce children, and then come and tell her how and what moment and in which circumstances she's supposed to air out her pain. It was up to Simone to go up to Buffy and say, hey, Buffy, it was my event. Could you maybe have done it at a different location? It wasn't up to Jackie, who did the offense, to now decide when Buffy should tell her that she offended her. Bitch, you offended her. You can't tell her when to air out her pain because you're the one that was in the wrong. But Jackie's still trying to redeem herself by finding some form of way to blame somebody for take the fault off herself. Well, you should have told Buffy that wasn't the right time, bitch. She should not have told Buffy anything. She should have came and told you that you should have apologized genuinely. That's what she should have done. Now, Heavenly shit about online comments come up because Simone says that Heavenly is still kind of, we're supposed to be friends. If people are talking about my teeth, telling me that I'm Mr. Potato Head, or calling me any other names, why are you going up there and commenting on it and laughing about it and talking about it? Heavenly does not want Jackie and Simone to be friends. I don't care. Heavenly is very territorial, just like she is with Daddy. If she gets close to Jackie, the person that she used to admire, and she used to go after and call her skinny, tell her, say she has no ass, all these things she used to say because she was envious of her. Now Heavenly is in her good graces. Will Heavenly want to give up her permission for her position for Simone to come and take her place? Hell no. Heavenly ain't stupid. She is very calculating. She's very intelligent. She don't want them to be that close. She would rather Jackie be closer to her than with Simone, but to retain their friendship, but keep it at arm's length, not as close as she's making with her and Jackie. That's what she wants. Then Quad says, is there a world where Simone and Jackie can be close while Jackie is friends with Heavenly? Because she realizes Heavenly is the problem. Quad ain't dumb. We all see it. And as Quad is asking this question as a damn host, Heavenly decides to interject and say, well, she tried, and she tried all she can do, that she can't try anymore. And she just, of course, is going to say something fucked up and ruin the moment, because Simone was ready to say that she was broken and that when she falls, she holds a grudge. And of course, part one, Simone tried to put the, hey, you hold a grudge on Quad, which Quad does hold grudges, but Quad wanted to make it clear that Simone also holds grudges, so don't make it seem like I'm the only one here in this group that hold grudges. Either way, they get to the men's segment, except for Dr. Damon, because he ain't there. Scott's ass is still in the hot seat, but doesn't understand why. He had a picture of another woman in his phone, and they're saying we all saw it. He goes, no, it wasn't on my phone, it was a DM. Isn't the DM on your phone? Can't you pull it up on your phone? I'm confused. Scott has a way with words. He dances around it. You can ask him a straight question. He gives you a roundabout answer, and you're trying to figure out, decipher in that puzzle, which is honesty and which isn't. This is the same issue that Contessa has with him. He's very well with playing on words. You can ask him, did you cheat on me? He said, no, I didn't cheat on you. All we did was text. It's not like I slept with her. It's not like I kissed her. We only flirted. Like, there's a way that he answers shit that makes him guilty as fuck. You're sitting up here and you're complaining that your wife is filing a separation and told her friends, but your ass is getting naked pictures of the DMs and you're saying, damn. Not, bitch, get off my page. Don't text me nothing, I'm married. Or not even just responding and blocking to people, which is what Eugene said, smart answer, and Toya was over there saying, you better say it. Curtis's ass said, I won't go so far as to block him, but hell, I won't answer. Jackie, better go get your cheating man and tell him to block them heifers. But Scott doesn't think he did anything wrong at all. And I think that there's a lack of respect there if he feels like he didn't do anything wrong. He doesn't respect Contessa. Then the life coach topic comes up, and Curtis says something like, after I heard the life coach story, I understood where Scott was coming from. And so, Andy asked, what was the issue with the life coach? He said, I made it up. When Contessa was telling me that she had a life coach and she was asking me her name and how long I've had her, I was trying to give her a date. That I talked to the life coach that was trying to say that it was being petty, but I was trying to say it like, hey, I got this life coach before she got a life coach, so she can know that. What the fuck were you saying, bro? I was confused. And Andy looked at Curtis and said, that explanation is what made you think that he wasn't doing something wrong? Curtis, I don't know what you learned from your cheating scandal from Jackie, but what this man said and how his explanation that Scott gave makes absolutely no sense to anybody with some sense. Scott sounds like he's lying. He sounds like he was cheating. He sounds like he's caught up, and he admitted already that he lied, which means that he has other instances where he has lied. So I'm not going for this bullshit. Sorry, my dog's over there doing something crazy. I'm not going for this bullshit. Now, the next episode, final part is supposed to do next week. I can't wait for it to finish so I can see how all this ends, but I don't see Contessa and Scott's relationship moving forward. I feel like they're going to break up just like Quad and Greg, because it didn't seem like Greg was putting in as much effort into their marriage. He was just feeling like he's just, he ain't doing nothing wrong and that whatever he's doing is enough. He wasn't listening to the person that was saying, what you're doing is not what I'm asking you to do. You're doing what you're comfortable doing at your own comfort level. But you need to get out your own way in a marriage and do certain things to make it work. I can't be the only one trying. Scott is sitting up there telling Contessa what he feels like he's doing that should be enough, instead of listening to Contessa say, this is what I want you to do. I'm telling you what I want. You're doing what you want and then complaining about why I'm not accepting what you want. That's a form of gaslighting. So Scott, to me, I would prefer Contessa just leave his ass at this point because he's getting on my damn nerves. I don't think that she deserves him. She is beautiful, has a nice ass body. She can find herself some other man that can Rick James her ass and get her there to have where she can have fun and stop crying every 2 seconds when she's with him. Because now she's gonna go home and he's gonna yell at her for even making him. He's gonna say, "Well, you made me look bad on TV." Well, bitch, you made your ass look bad on TV. Period. But she's gonna go home and have to deal with it. So let me know what y'all think about this season and so far the reunion and what you guys think. And go ahead and check out Real Housewives of Potomac review that I just did. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see y'all tonight or tomorrow morning for Love and Hip Hop.